So this is a video on free calories. So in each of the meal plans, there's an element of structure, and so that's to show you exactly how to structure your day so that you hit your macros. So macros are the protein amount that you have, the fats, so the number of fats that you have as well, and then carbohydrates. Each of them are important, and how you distribute them throughout the day can add to your goals as well. So for example, having protein throughout the day in like an even kind of way is a way that you will feel less hungry of an evening. So quite often when people want to like snack, it's because they've not had enough protein throughout the day. As odd and as simple as that sounds, that's how it is. So each of the meal plan templates will take care of all your nutritional needs from a macro perspective and from a micro perspective as well, so with all the nutrients. And then there's a section depending on what your goal is and what your BMR, so your basal metabolic rate, so how much energy your body needs. There's an element of free calories. So free calories is a way of having a budget so that you can choose how to spend that across the week and what food you eat as well. So everything is accounted for within the meal plan, and then this means that you've got something which to choose, like a little bit of what you fancy. With free calories, you can either choose to spend them on that day, every day. So for example, I might really want a glass of wine one night, which will be around 200 calories, or I might want a chocolate bar, or I might want a pudding on top of my food that I'm already having. Or if I know that on a Friday I'm going out with my friends and we're going to have like a nice meal out together or some nibbles or something like that, then what I will then do is I'll think, right, I'll give myself a budget of 1,000 calories for that event, and then I will work that back on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, and I will take 200 calories, check my maths, which will equate to the 1,000 calories that I'm then going to spend at the weekend. So all I need to do is think, right, I'm not going to have that pudding in the week, but I'm going to essentially have it on the Saturday when I go out with my friends. So it's a way for you to be able to understand how your meal structure can work throughout the week to then give you the flexibility and the enjoyment of how you want to live your life at the weekend as well. Because quite often it's the balance between the week and then the weekend, or the imbalance between the weekend, that often kind of destroys results. I'm going to say this as well, particularly for females and particularly for small females as well, because we don't have as much flexibility within our calories. Our bodies are smaller, they have less muscle, as much as it pains me to say, and it means that we haven't got as much room to manoeuvre as a bigger, taller male would have. This flexibility of having free calories, so within your macros, so your protein, carbs and fats, so your calories, which is your overall contribution of all of that, it's to teach you a way to still eat and drink within your target so that you still get your results, but it also offers you some room to enjoy the things that you really like. And this is important for the longevity of your results. It's important psychologically so that you don't feel that you're restricted and you don't feel like you're on a diet. And it also gives you some freedom to then teach you that you can eat and drink things that you really enjoy whilst working towards your goal. And this all means, altogether, that you are much more likely to keep your results because you've enjoyed the way that you've got your results. So you've fallen in love with the process, and you've really kind of understood what works for you and what doesn't as well. So there's some rules to go with the free calories. So there is going to be trial and error, so be kind to yourself. You are learning something new, and a way that I would really suggest to treat this is that it's an experiment. So learn what works for you. We are all individual as well. So while somebody might be quite happy taking 200 calories off a day every day in order to enjoy the weekend, that might not work for you, and psychologically might what be better, depending what your dieting history is as well, is that if you have exactly the same thing throughout the week and the weekend. Personally, for me, that's what worked for me, and I found that really useful. But I know a lot of other people who are kind of more than happy to have that slightly more restriction in the week to then be able to enjoy the things at the weekend. Different personalities, so yeah, give yourself free rein to be able to choose that. Secondly, I wouldn't recommend borrowing from calories in the future, or certainly if you're doing that, I would make a note of it and I wouldn't do that to the extreme, because otherwise you're just going to create a debt that you are never going to pay off. It's going to be like a really difficult credit card bill to reduce. So yeah, and it can be really unhelpful psychologically. It can make you think that you failed, whereas imagine how good you would feel if you'd be like, right, I've saved all this money up to then go and buy something. I'm going to really enjoy it because I feel like I've earned it as well. So do something that your future self is going to thank you for, rather than your future self is going to go, what the hell did you do that for? Was it worth it? See the difference psychologically. It's really important. Then last tip is to spot the patterns throughout your week and your month, because they will be there. There'll be certain times when you find it easier, and there's certain times when you find it more difficult to kind of hold back those calories and account for things. So use this raised awareness to aim to create a way of eating and living that helps you to achieve your calorie target. All you're trying to do is find that energy balance which is towards your goal, and this is where it's not the plan that's the problem, it's how you implement the plan. You could have a perfect plan, I could write you that in no time, be like, right, there you go, but you've got to learn how to implement that in a way that you enjoy living, and that is the key to your success. So that's a little video on how to work with the free calories, why I give the free calories as well, and hopefully why it can work for you and help you get your success, but also keep your results once you've got them too.